You want muscle that grows without wrecking your joints or your schedule. Today you will learn the few dials that do most of the work. Muscle growth is not a mystery or a secret hack. It is a response to 3 clear signals repeated consistently over time. The first signal is mechanical tension, which is the load your fibers feel while they are working. The second is adequate volume, which is the total number of hard sets you perform. The third is repeatable frequency, which is how often you send the signal without digging a recovery hole. Protein and sleep act as the construction crew that shows up after you send the signal. Let us define hard in a way you can use immediately. Aim most work at RPE 7 to 8, which means you finish sets with about 2 to 3 reps in the tank. You will still breathe hard and concentrate, but you are not grinding to a standstill each time. That level is heavy enough to create tension and light enough to repeat across the week. Volume gives those signals their dose. A practical target is about 10 to 20 hard sets per muscle per week. That range covers a wide spread of people and schedules. Start near the low end if you are newer or returning, and move up if recovery stays smooth. Frequency spreads those sets so your body can respond rather than rebel. 2 to 4 touches per muscle each week works well for most lifters. Think of tension as the text message, volume as the number of messages, and frequency as the days you send them. Protein and sleep make sure the builder actually reads the message and does the work. Here is your number anchor for food and sleep that supports growth. Aim for roughly 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. Spread protein across 2 to 4 meals with 20 to 40 grams in each sitting. Sleep 7 to 9 hours in a cool room around 18 to 20 degrees when possible. You do not need perfect macros to grow if protein and sleep are steady. You do need consistency because the signal fades quickly if you skip weeks between sessions. Reps can live in a flexible zone if the set is hard enough. Most hypertrophy happens across about 5 to 30 reps when you keep 2 to 3 reps in reserve. Choose loads that let you feel strong positions and even tempo. Time under tension between roughly 20 and 60 seconds per set is a simple cue. Now map those ideas onto a week you can actually live with. Pick 3 to 5 training days that give you at least 1 full rest day. Distribute each muscle sets across 2 to 3 of those days. You might do chest on Monday and Thursday, legs on Tuesday and Saturday, and back on Wednesday and Friday. Keep most sets at RPE 7 to 8 and rest long enough to repeat quality. 1 to 2 minutes works for moderate sets and 2 to 3 minutes for heavy compounds. Progress with a small, boring ramp that adds up fast. Increase total weekly sets or load by about 5 to 10%, not both at once. Hold that ramp for 2 or 3 weeks, then take a lighter week. A deload cuts volume by about 30 to 50% while keeping a little movement in the groove. This lighter week protects joints and restores motivation. It also helps the next cycle feel surprisingly crisp. If persistent soreness hangs around past 48 hours in the same area, adjust quickly. Drop 1 set per muscle for the next week or spread the same sets across an extra day. If joints feel puffy or sleep quality slips, pull back intensity before you add more volume. You are aiming for repeatable, not heroic. Here is a simple 5-week sample to visualize the dial. Week 1 begins with 10 sets per muscle across 2 days at RPE 7 to 8. Week 2 nudges to 11 sets, and Week 3 nudges to 12. Week 4 repeats Week 3 to confirm recovery, and Week 5 deloads to 6 or 7 sets. Then begin a new cycle 1 small notch higher than the last starting point. That is progression without drama or guesswork. You may wonder about training to failure on every set. The myth says it is required because failure feels like maximum effort. The data and experience say otherwise for most sessions. Near failure sets stimulate growth while saving fatigue for more productive work. Use true failure sparingly, often on the final set of an exercise that is easy to bail from. Machines or bodyweight variations are usually safer choices than heavy free weight compounds. Another myth says more days automatically means more gains. The real rule is that frequency only helps if your weekly sets and recovery are appropriate. Some people chase pump at the cost of tension. Remember that the target is hard sets close to technical limit, not endless light fluff. Others log marathon workouts that make the next 2 days useless. Keep individual sessions to 60 to 90 minutes of focused work, then leave. Here is a decision map you can run before each session. If sleep was short or stress is high, keep RPE at 7 and hold volume steady. If you feel great and joints feel clean, you may bump one exercise by a small load or one extra set. If a muscle is still sore from the last session, keep the sets but stop one rep further from failure. Protein and sleep seal the deal. If you miss your protein target today, make the next meal solid rather than doubling up at night. If bedtime slipped, cap intensity today and finish a touch earlier. You are training for months and years, not just one dramatic Tuesday. One concept to remember from research summaries is simple. Muscle can grow across many rep ranges when sets are taken close to failure and repeated consistently over time. That means your program can be flexible if the dials stay honest. Tension, volume, and frequency still do the heavy lifting. Use this pocket rule to keep your head clear. Send a strong signal often enough to recover from it. Then feed and sleep so the body can respond. First, set your default dose at about 10 to 20 hard sets per muscle per week at RPE 7 to 8. Next, ramp by 5 to 10% for 2 or 3 weeks. Then deload 30 to 50% for 1 week. Then, eat 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram and sleep 7 to 9 hours. Finally, use the soreness rule. If it lingers, drop a set or spread the work before adding more. Train hard without the drama, and let steady signals stack into visible change. Turn the dials with intention, and watch your strength and shape show up. If this helped you plan growth without burnout, stick around. Tap like, hit subscribe, and let us keep training hard and smart together.